Okay, now I'm going to talk about the listening task. The listening task is the third part of the listening and speaking exam of ISE I. And the listening task in ISE I is divided into two tasks, and they correspond to two different audios. So you're going to listen to two audios. While you listen to the audios, you can take some notes as you listen. So it's important to practice taking notes. The first audio, you're going to listen to it 2 times. You're going to listen to it twice. And both times are going to be one after another. The first time you listen to it, you can take some notes. And the second time you listen to it, you can take notes too. So you should take notes the first time, and then the second time, write down any extra information that you haven't heard the first time. And then after you finish hearing the audio twice, the examiner will ask you 6 questions. Okay, so here you answer the questions. It's a good idea to take notes because it's difficult to remember, even if you understand the audio, it's difficult to remember all the facts that they mention in the audio. So take notes and then answer the questions with your notes. So that's the first audio. Now let's do the second audio. The second audio is similar to the first audio, but you have to answer questions a bit differently. First, you listen to the audio, and then the examiner asks you to say in 1 or 2 lines what the audio is about. So just a general idea of the audio. The second time that you listen to the audio, you can take notes, and the examiner is going to ask you to explain 6 things that the audio says. So you also have to write information. And then when the audio finishes the second time, you explain 6 points of the audio. And after you finish explaining the points, the examiner is also going to ask you some extra questions. So if you've written down extra information, it's always a good idea. How to prepare for this part of the exam? Well, this part of the exam is very important because if you don't pass the listening part of the exam, you will fail the whole speaking and listening exam. And a good way to prepare for this part of the exam is listening to audios and taking notes, because it's not enough with understanding the audio. You also have to be able to take notes. Unless you have a very good memory to remember facts and details, it's always a good idea to learn to take notes. So practice by listening to audios and writing the important information, like the numbers, the places, the names, etc. So that's it for the listening part, independent listening part of the exam that lasts 10 minutes, and it's the end of the listening and speaking exam. Goodbye.